lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. Yes, we're still live here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway to bring you the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Myself, Angel Santiago, joined by my broadcast partner here tonight, Troy Thomas. Troy, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good for a Wednesday evening here in Loudon, New Hampshire. So should be a fun race to call tonight with you, Mr. Angel.
Oh yes, I'm excited. I've only got one more day left of work, and then I get to go on vacation with the with the other SRM guys that are already down in Miami. First off, we got some 120 laps at New Hampshire, and it's not going to be easy. This is by no means an easy track. I know we mentioned that last week, but we're here today. We can actually talk about it. It's tough. These flat tracks, they are a different breed.
Yeah, and this being a mile flat racetrack is going to make it a little bit tougher for these racers tonight, but I'm sure they'll figure out we should have multiple grooves to race on as well, so these guys will be searching around to see where their car works the best.
It's going to be all about that throttle control here in New Hampshire in these Xfinity cars. So much power, not a ton of grip regardless, especially with the track itself. And, just mentioning just no corner. Those corners are just so flat, so hard to really get that grip. And so it's really going to be dependent on that. And I really think that we're going to see a lot of these drivers struggling coming off of turn 2. I think turn 2 seems to be worse sometimes than turn 4. I don't know why, but turn 2 really seems to be strugglesome coming off of that turn where, yes, it happens off of 4, but there's something about coming off of turn 2 that you just give it. You feel like you can give it the same amount of throttle every lap, and it's gonna give you a different response every time.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, you know, you talk about horsepower. These cars put out about 650 and 700 horsepower, but you know, something we usually don't talk about probably going to be brakes tonight as you try to slow the car down entering turn 1 and turn 3. So that might be a see if anybody can not lock the front tires up and lock as they enter the corners.
Yeah, brakes are going to be very important. You mentioned they're trying not to lock them up as they're trying to get into these turns. And yeah, you're trying to hit the brakes so hard. You know, you're trying to be as aggressive as you can. We mentioned, I think it was what, 4 extra tire sets. We got 5 total sets for tonight's race, which it's 120 laps. So that's just over what, 20 something odd laps a set.
Yep, 20. Yep, you're correct.
Which, you know what? After 10, 15 laps here in New Hampshire, even just general these Xfinity cars, but 10, 15 laps, you're ready for some new feel goods. I know that the fuel can extend a little further out, probably close to that 30, 40 mark, but we'll have to see if the tires just give way before then.
Yeah, these guys will be screaming for new tires every chance they can get. So that's mainly what they're going. This shouldn't be a fuel mileage race, but who knows? It might boil down to fuel mileage.
It just might. That's one of those things that, man, they can always be so exciting when they do. So we mentioned it's New Hampshire here, 68 degrees for the ambient temp, 57% humidity. I feel like a day in Florida. 14 miles per hour winds. That track temp, 88 degrees. A lot less than the 120s that we've been seeing the last couple of races.
Oh, absolutely. That'll help for grip as well. It not being a hot, slick racetrack. So they'll still have their hands full.
Qualifying is just about over. As you see the scenic drone cam just kind of coming across the actual road course that sits as part of inside and outside of this track, which Troy, the road course here is actually a lot of fun. It is a challenge, but it's a very fun road course to actually race on.
I still have not drove the road course here though.
It's I have to say we had fun. We've not good enough for a race per se, but it's good to go out put out some laps. There's just not enough room. I guess we tested in the next gens is all. So
yeah, I've never. It looks like it would be a little fun little racetrack.
All right, well we got here our starting lineup for tonight. Jacob Plank. Actually, let's go ahead and get to the front stretch here. There it is. Jacob Plank only participated in the one race this season, won it. Didn't participate in enough races from there to make the playoffs if he won. So here it's just to go on and keep on adding wins. Pole position will help that. With Sean Dunaway, one of our faster drivers as well, up there in second. Third going to be for Todd Slauson. Let's see here, Rob Yost Jr. in fourth. Fifth belongs to Andrew Teff, along with Curtis Ecker on his outside. Row number 4 going to be Lee Campbell and Michael Bennett. Richard Odie and Sean Merriman are going to be in your row 5. Row 6 belongs to, Tyler Smith and Chris Blasey. Say it right this time. Kirby Wainscott, Trevor McGee have row 7. Our buddy there, Truth Hoke and Alex Teft, row number 8. Jesse Fox, Chris Melton make up row 9. Chris Melton comes in here as your points leader. And then Chris Pendle and Rowan Lloyd going to round out the field here in the final row, row 10. Only the last 3 drivers there did not make a qualifying attempt.
Yeah, well, at least for the guys in the back, there's only one way we can go, and that's up, so. Are you in Racers 3? I don't know how I'm going to run it. All right, the gentleman head down the back stretch here. Sean Dunaway. Jacob Plank on the front row as we get ready to get this race going. Jacob Plank won last week at Bristol, so right now he's 1 for 1. Sean Dunaway started on the outside as we get ready to go to green flag here at Loudon, New Hampshire. Marty's waving the flag, and here we go, racing at New Hampshire. Gentlemen get his Xfinity car woe down in turn one, and Sean Dunaway's on the high side. Todd Slauson is on the inside of Rob Yost, makes the pass. Go back. Jacob Plank's in the front here, getting out to about a 3-4 car breakaway here. And we go back here in the back of the pack here. A lot of 2x2 racing back here between the 77 of Tyler Smith and Richard Odie racing for the 11th position. As we talked about earlier, you know, you'll see these cars running different lines. Some will be running the low line, some will be running the high line. So another one of these tracks that gives drivers opportunity to race at different positions or different spots on the racetrack. Is Truth Hoke is now looking into the side of the 14 car of Trevor McGee. Kirby Wainscott right in front of him, and there's Alex Teff behind him. This is some tight race as these cars get slowed down in the corners. Like I said, we're going to talk about brakes and who's abusing the tires right out of the gate here. So right now your leader just ran a 30.59. So Jacob Plank is the fastest car on the racetrack at the moment. Oh, the 14 car pushes high in turn one of Trevor McGee. I don't think he made any contact though, so he should be all right. Here goes Truth Hoke on the inside of Richard Odie right in front of this battle. We got about 6 cars here battling for that 12th position. So right there's the 49 car of Chris Melton on the inside of Richard Ode. Alex Teff as well. Alex Teff makes the pack, and that is for the 15th position. So these drivers are trying to get everything they can at the moment. Chris Pendleton going on the inside of Richard Odie right there for the 16th position. So Richard gets into the wall just a little bit. Richard Odie has fallen back 9 positions since the start of the race. And Chris Pendleton right here is up 3 spots from the beginning of the race. So he's going the right direction for the evening so far. Alex Teff and Chris is racing, battling for the 15th position as Truth Hope dives it on the inside of Kirby Wingstop, but cannot make the car stick to make the pass. Look, I cannot. I'm not a flat racetrack driver. I'm horrible at these. So I commend these guys for doing this. So maybe I could learn something from them without watching it. Is there's the 49 car of Chris Melton looking to make a move on Truth Hope. They go into turn 1, but not quite there.
It's almost there. I appreciate it there. Apologize for my absence. These first couple laps, I'm having some issues here with my own SDK programming. So we've just kind of bouncing back and forth. Now it's gone completely. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a full shut off. But I appreciate everyone hanging on here. We're trying our best. Thank you.
Still battling with Kirby here, Truth is, for the 12th position. Oh, going 3 wide out of 2. Chris Melton on the inside of Truth. Almost touched going down the back stretch. Oh, Chris gets up a little high in the Truth. Chris makes the pass on Truth, so move him up to the 13th position. Kirby Wainscott still running the high line here as Chris looks on the inside of him and makes the pass. Looks like Truth got a little Chris Pendle going into the turn 3 under inside of Kirby Wayne. So the 5-car battle here for the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th position. And these corners are tight coming off, so you got to be very careful. Your car gonna get too tight and kiss the outside wall trying to make these passes. The 49 is trying to look on the outside to make a pass from Tyler Smith. Chris Melton is up 6 positions to start of the green flag, so he's heading in the right direction as well.
Or got some of it back. At least the logo will show up somewhere here for Racers League. I do apologize. It's really going absolutely crazy. I was like, well, if it won't put it there, I guess I'll put it up in another spot. But yeah, this has so far been, of course, you see already 13 of the 120 laps, so already 10% of the way through the race here. Top 5 is the top 5, and it's incredible because you typically see that and you think, oh man, passing's got to be tough, but then you look at 6 on back and you got 2, 3, 7 spots. Odie, of course, down 10 after, he's just had a horrible start to this race.
Yeah, he's had a bad start, but it's a long race, so maybe he'll figure something out. As you see, Rowan just right in front of him, who started last, so he's up 2 positions. So I'd probably be back here with him racing. I'm not a flat track racer.
Chris Melton and Chris Pendle, 2 drivers who did not put down qualifying laps. They are up 7 spots apiece, so they're trying to make their way up to the field themselves. We mentioned Chris Melton is your points leader coming into tonight, and then Pendle's 7th, and he just missed out last season in the playoffs, missing out on a couple races. So Chris is really excited to try to put a full season together and try to make the playoffs. And there goes Alex Teft off of turn 4 into the wall, and that's going to be our first caution here of the evening.
Yep. I wonder if he get loose or.
I'm pretty sure he got loose. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Let's see here.
Oh, maybe not.
Ooh.
You had a great view of that, I guess. Let's see. We got turn 4. Oh, perfect. Let's see. That was the
77 Tyler Smith.
Oh, I think Tyler maybe have gotten loose, but the 43 is coming up at the same time, so I think it's just 2 drivers going for the same spot.
Yeah, that's just a racing deal. I think like I said, going from the same spot. I mean, it don't make sure Alex don't feel that way, but
it'll make him feel no better either.
Nope. Here.
You know what? I think Alex himself.
I think Alex just lost it a little bit.
Look at right when it's going on to the transition here, or right over the seams. Let's go on board. Actually, would be a good idea.
Yeah, he's got the wheel cranked to the left, and he's still going to the right. So
yeah, I'm just hanging on to it from there.
These cars get so tight off the corner, and it's really hard to pass sometimes here as well. So.
We got a busy pit road.
Wow,
18 of our 20 cars.
2. Wow. They want them tires, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, we mentioned Todd Slauson, a new paint scheme here tonight as well. He didn't win last week, so he gave up on it.
He's already gave it away. Tried something new.
He said, hey, I'm not going to be like last season where I hung on to that thing all this time. No. I'll just keep switching, I guess. It's a good-looking Toyota Supra as well. And so we mentioned him. That was Todd Slauson, and then Sean Merriman. He was the number 18 who did not pit under that caution. And then Chris Melton going to take 2 tires on the stop.
A lot of different strategy being played right now early in the race.
2 tires, man, but 2 tires is always such a. It gets so way too loose for me. I don't know. It's
Starting out,
especially-
you're exactly right.
Yeah, you're gonna be pedaling it for a while. I just don't know where, the short-term gain puts them from 13th to 3rd, but I don't know. Like DW always says, that short-term gain, long-term loss. I don't know.
And then, I guess right now would be the time to try 2 tires, it being early.
No,
We're
that's true. That is true.
101 laps away from the...
Oh, Rowan also would take 2 tires, I believe. That was only a 9.5 second stop for him. What if Odie got damaged because he was in the pit lane for 40 seconds, or in his pit box. The same with Alex Teff, and we know he got damaged. So I wonder, he must have gotten something. All right, iRacing.com, pace car heading down pit lane. Barney the flag man gonna wave the green flag, and we're green flag racing again here from New Hampshire for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. We've got 5 races left to go before the playoffs start, and here we are, 3-4 wide at New Hampshire.
Wow, already getting racy these guys are, so you gotta love when they feel racy.
Well, it is hard to pass here, so you got to get everything you can on these restarts. But it's cold tires. You got to be really careful with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got to be careful with them. Is there? Todd Slaussen's holding on at the moment, so.
Oh, there it is. Rob Yostin in contact with Chris Melton. He just used 8 wheels is better than 4. But
yeah, that's what they say.
And unfortunately for Chris, he's a guy on 2 tires, so he's gonna get used up, and that's the only way they're gonna get by him. And I don't think it was too dirty. I think it was all right.
Yep.
Oh, 35. Jacob Plank to the inside, and there goes Chris Melton. Loose. Oh, there it is. Wow.
Contact.
And he feels bad. Because he's just stopped slowing down with everyone.
Yep.
Oh man, Sean Dunaway. That is not what Sean needed. He comes into this actually on the outside looking in. He was 2 points out of the playoffs here tonight.
Yep. So did not need that.
Let's go ahead and we saw it live as it happened, but we'll kind of just go back a little bit there. Get good idea of. So for one, let's go look at the 35 of Jacob Plank, your pole sitter.
Yeah.
If there's available real estate, he used it.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold on.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, the 49 just gets loose right there, and he's pedaling it. He's got to try to stay there.
He's sideways. He comes off, just overcorrects, clips Sean Dunaway. Then 11 gets in the 18. Andrew's involved. Wow.
And yeah, because the 18 can see what's happening in front of him. The 11, though, I guarantee you, Chris, we'll jump in on board so you guys can see that he's got no idea. Oh my goodness, no! Oh man.
He checks. Wow.
And remember, guys, we don't have spotters here. You might have a buddy that can jump in and spot for you every once in a while, but 99% don't have spotters, and that's
generic iRacing spotters are not. I don't trust them.
Well, they're not going to warn you about the crash in front of you either that quickly, unfortunately. So that's going to bring a new round of drivers to pit lane here. Andrew Teff, Chris Melton probably can go in and take the other set of tires. Trevor McGee, Alex Teft, Rowan Lloyd.
Yep, going to Chris.
Now that doesn't work out actually for Richard Odie, because before that caution he was actually last, yeah, and he was at the very end of the pack. He had come off pit lane late, and so he was very far behind, so that was a big benefit to him.
Yeah, it moves him up. He's running in the 11th position, so.
And then let's see here. So it was Todd Slauson, another driver pit now, but it was Oh, Sean Merriman, who had not pit. So.
Yeah, and he was involved in the wreck. So Todd's still on his original set of tires. So
I still don't blame him. I don't feel like we're at the point where we even need to be taking a second set of tires. It's still too early, and whether you did so on purpose or not, you came back down pit lane. You're gonna run out of tires in this race. If you have a late race caution, you're gonna get blown by.
Yeah, you want to hold on to maybe a set or two. So
that's what Todd Lawson's gonna do. He'll probably drop here, but we'll have to see how far that may or may not be.
He got a good jump last time. Maybe he can this time since he controls the race. Man, what a jump. Todd with a big jump.
Oh, man, I felt like it took forever to get there, but yep, it was.
I know.
Yeah, great start. To be a battle for second, really.
Yeah, but Jacob Plank's going to be there in a little bit.
A little bit.
He's already there.
But Todd's going to get a good run here off of two.
Yep, falls in line between Robert Yost right there.
He's going to go down just a little bit, kind of put a little bit of a block there, but he's going to slide up, has a dime in the corner with these old tires.
Yep.
Jacob Plank, but he'll get a good run still. Off the corner. Jacob will lead that one.
Yeah, he should be able to get him right here in the turn one. Yeah, them tires are gonna be showing now. So.
Oh, I thought we had somebody wrecking, but maybe just popping in and out. But yeah, everybody's trying to give each other as much room as possible. You see here after that kind of rash of first couple of incidents.
Yeah, and there goes Rob Yost inside of Todd Slauson for the second position. So, kind of interesting to see how far Todd's going to fall with this decision he did.
And then here comes Chris Pendle there in the fourth spot. Just put down his fastest lap of the day, along with Truth and Lee Campbell.
Lee Campbell, wow, yep. Chris is up 15th position, so getting ready to make it number 6. Well, thought he was going to peek on the inside of Todd there going to the 3, but he thought better of it.
I'll give it a moment here. Right now we do have a battle with Chris Lacey, Richard Odie, Sean Dunaway. 3 wide back here.
Oh, yeah. 3 wide. Oh, they make it work.
Sean Dunaway going to use Odie up a little bit to do it, but Odie said, okay, I'll back out. I'm done.
Yep, them drivers are smart. There goes Rowan. Oh, Rowan goes in a little bit too deep there.
Well,
it's up front of the 18 car.
It's time to be smart. Odie actually sits 5th in the standings coming into tonight's race. 4 races in, 33 points up, 5 races left. It's still very easy to still fall out of it. So you have to play conservative. Oh, no, the route truth. Oh,
no.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, and 11, Chris Lacey. His evening might be over.
Oh, no.
What in the world happened? I know it involved Truth there.
28.
Look back here in Truth.
Drove it in deep.
It
moved up.
It just didn't turn.
No, I don't know if he had a brake issue.
But maybe he locked it up. Hold on, we can check that up.
Yeah.
Because he definitely was in there deep. Oh, if I know my sides here, right front. It doesn't sound like it.
Oh.
It didn't lock up at all.
That one. Just didn't turn. Who was it? Jesse Lee Campbell involved in that as well?
The 19 of Curtis Ecker.
Curtis Ecker.
He hasn't had a ton of races here, so that's a fortunate way for that to happen for him.
I don't think he just drove it in too deep. I hate that for them guys.
But look at the way it's just stuck on the 19.
It's like glue.
But that can happen too sometimes, I guess.
Oh, Chris got in the truth late. Oh, man.
Looks like it's back going there, so that's definitely
he's got some stuff to fix, but tough break for Truth right there.
Look at this. Todd finally makes his first trip down pit lane here.
He's like, nope, I see what tires are, so I would say that test failed on that aspect of it.
Thank you, Jacob 480, for joining us here in our YouTube chat, rooting on Tyler Smith.
who's in the 4th position.
Up to 4th, yeah, that number 77. So involved in that earlier, well, not involved, but kind of part of that Chris Milton incident, you know, where, but he's all the way back up here to the 4th position.
Yep, still a long way to go.
So yeah, long way to go here. We are. We know what? No, we're a quarter of the race. No, we are a quarter of the race in almost.
I'm not doing math. Don't.
I don't know. I'm trying.
This old man ain't doing math. Don't use math much anymore unless he has to, and it's too late today to use it.
Well, I guess I do. I use it mostly on a daily basis. I guess I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Put together some numbers, but
too late today to think.
Okay,
think hard.
I got a calculator. It says 25%.
We worked too hard. Okay,
yeah, we do.
So we are a quarter of the way through.
Kind of unreal, man. It's the thing, we're already a quarter of the way through. But that's the thing as well about New Hampshire. The caution laps count down quick as well.
Yep. Well, they run a little over a minute.
We should be getting lined up side by side. Yep.
Yeah,
Lights
what
are
the
off.
gentlemen are doing. Driver lining up 2 by 2 to get this race going again.
Yeah, iRacing.com pace car lined up front, ready for them to get rolling across here. Jacob Pank, your pole sitter, right now in the. Do they get late choice? That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I forget that. So he's back up front. Yes, he's in first. So Jacob Plank actually going to choose the outside over the 83 of Rob Yoss. But, you know, we saw Rob the way he used up the 22 with Todd Slauson.
Yep.
There it is. iRacing.com
There we
pace car. Barney the Flag Man. We're green flag racing again.
Chris.
Oh.
Chris is in the back of.
Nah.
Todd Slauson's around. Oh,
I have to say that from the looks of it, I don't know if the 94 sends it in too hard or does.
Yep.
Does the 83 just cut across? But I don't know if the 94 got that big of a run to get. Or let's see here. If we can get it moved over. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. If the 83 checked up, but
They get a good restart there. The 83 did. I mean, it looks like he's gonna go high and then maybe realizes the 35 checks up more earlier than he anticipated. He's trying to do so, and I think Chris just thought he was going high.
Down. Yeah. Look like he's falling, like he said, 30 here to be good.
Yeah, because you can't see 35.
He checked up big time though, so.
Yeah. Because
Chris is still on the gas when Rob was getting on the brake, so.
So I wonder if, you know, it's something that I've done myself, you know, where those braking points, you forget that you're still coming up to speed, so you don't have to brake at your normal braking points. That's something something I know I've done.
You just weird deal,
Chris,
but
for sure, yeah, he made it all the way up to the 3rd position. And as quick as you make it up,
gonna make it interesting night for him, that's for sure.
yeah. Nice to see Curtis Ecker. He's back out there as well. He's had, I think, one or how many races this year? A couple races, I think, this year. But for a lot of them, let's see. Yeah, so Sean, Trevor McGee, and Kirby Wainscott all are on that bubble. Along with Matthew Jarrett actually is not here tonight, and he was the guy on the bubble.
Oh.
So that's gonna cost him a lot of points and allow.
Yeah, because he's only 2 points up over Sean Dunaway, so, you know, realistically here, he could fall all the way back down to the 17th position. Well, we'll say 16th position, because Rowan's in the 16th, just 14 points below the cut line, so.
Rob Yoss has a good finish himself. he might even get close to that. He's 22 points behind him there. And it'll put Tyler Smith right up close to him, and so and these all guys who are still playoff eligible. If they can get
Yeah.
there. Let's see here. Lap 36, so we should be about maybe 38, maybe 39 once we go green. So Tyler Smith now up to second. Michael Bennett up to third. Sean Dunaway back. You can say back to fourth, either down or up.
Yeah. Kirby's having a good start to this race, up to the 5th position.
Now Kirby, did he also switch? What was he? Was he in a Ford last year too? Wasn't he?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a Ford at KFC once. So now he's in a.
Yeah, I think he said the KFC pulled their sponsorship of his 10 car. So.
Well, it looks like he's got Rosa's
Family
Pizzeria. Ooh,
Pizzeria. Hey, I'm all for pizza.
I'm all for pizza too. Family one is probably better than that. I mean, I don't hate KFC. It's just definitely not something I really go for. But
it's not my go-to.
I'll take the pizza over that.
Oh, absolutely, I would too.
Some great paint schemes, honestly, throughout the field here.
Rowan is just something about that Sunoco that Jesse runs. I like. I guess it's the blue and yellow.
It's nice to see it back though. You know, remember he didn't have the first couple races this year.
Yep.
Boss man out.
Boss man's having a rough go of it at the moment.
Chris Pendle trying to chase them down as the iRacing.com pace car is hitting pit lane. We're getting ready to go green flag racing again. And Jacob Peck from the inside. He's going to get a...
Yep.
Tyler got a pretty good start.
Tyler's there as well, but he's going to fight him on the outside. But look, there's Michael Bennett, the 16. Oh, Sean Dunaway thought about it, but thought better of it.
Guys probably going to attack the wall a little bit there off of 2. The 35 clears for first as Tyler Smith maybe just needs to be a little bit more comfortable on that outside. Seems to be rotating well for him, though.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got good middle corner speed as well.
Yeah, coming off, through the middle off, it looks like his car is hooked up pretty good. So
yeah, too much speed there. He's a little loose.
But like you said, this racetrack gives don't want to run that high. Not on the loose marbles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this racetrack offers different lines for the drivers to see where their car works, so it just works a little bit higher than Jacob Planks at the moment.
And it's so easy to overdrive it and just, send it on in there a little too high.
Oh, yeah.
You got to just recover right. Don't, just know where to use your brakes. And the 10, woo, that is loose there.
Chris goes inside of Kirby, so Kurt Eckert, the 19, following Rowan Lloyd right there. In the 9th position.
Tyler Smith, Michael Bennett, Rowan Lloyd, Sean Merriman all putting down their personal best here of the evening.
Yeah. Get a little bit more comfortable with this racetrack, knowing where to run.
Put some heat in these tires as well. You see right now the battle between Jesse Fox and Todd Slauson. Jesse, the respectful driver, said that go on by.
Yep.
Todd, I know that you're driving like a pissed off teenager too. You got involved in that wreck.
Yep. Jesse realized Todd's a little bit quicker, so probably smart for him just let him go by. Maybe make a rhyme later.
Or if he's involved in a wreck and he's sideways on a backstretch and you're driving by and they say, well, my car's in one piece, so I think that worked out.
Yep. You're correct.
That's happened to me before, so.
Oh, absolutely. You drive. Yep. Oh, rolling up the wall. Phew, back got Alex.
Alex, but that's just a kiss. They're all right.
Yep. That was close.
I would have never thought you could ever run that high here and make that work.
No.
Odie put his fastest lap there at the evening there. That last
lap. Odie.
Jacob Plank is just... Exactly. He's walking away.
We at Bristol again with him up front here, so he is a good, almost, what is it, half a second quicker than our second position man of Tyler Smith.
Half a second quicker than him. Just keep adding more time to the drivers behind that. But although Michael Bennett, the 16, he's right on the bumper here, the 77. Just being patient right now.
Yeah, that's what you got. And it's hard to have patience as a race driver. I mean, I know, and you know as well, so.
I don't know what patience is.
Not when it comes to racing, that's for sure.
So it's Michael Bennett here mentioned from Wellington, Connecticut. Champion driver at Stafford Speedway. So quite the resume for this. It looks like Tyler's gonna go a little on by.
Ooh, it looks like it's close. I don't. Looks like you might have got into Tyler just a little bit.
Man, look at how much wheel. 90 degrees.
That is not good for the tires.
Let's see how the hell Michael drives. Michael's used to that short track racing, obviously being a champion driver for Stafford. So
yeah, them tighter radius turns. I mean, he's probably turning his to about 10 o'clock, whereas Tyler's at 9 o'clock. So
go to your leader here, see what he's Jacobs.
He's got a lot of wheel cranked in it as well. So
it's almost there. He's listen to that throttle. He was pedaling it off the turn. It's still redlining.
Yeah, these cars are hitting the chips coming down the front stretch.
Ooh, that was loose on
loose.
That shows you that even your leader right now is just struggling right now with that, the tires and the handling of the race car, but he's just handling it better than everyone else right now.
Yeah, he just makes you feel good when you're leading too, so you're not going to complain about your car too much.
I don't know. I feel like the drivers there's still those drivers out there who are still complaining about it regardless.
Oh, Sean Dunaway's trying to fight his way back up the field.
Again, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's just Sean Dunaway's day and his season.
Yep, you're right. I mean, just don't want to make it too easy. Got to make it a little challenge.
I'll tell you this much, bro. 4 races in, 2 drivers still hitting that top 10 mark. Chris Melton and Michael Bennett, and I know both of them are right now in position.
Top 4s, so that streak is still in check. So Sean Merriman goes inside of Alex Teff, looking for the 8th position here. John Ruby hugging that yellow line too, which
18 had to really let off there not to get into Rob.
Yeah.
Continues to drop ever so slightly.
Yeah. Sean's car is he's got that thing right on the yellow line. Yeah.
Apologize, everybody. When the boss man texts you in the middle of a broadcast, you think it's something important. He just wants to know what coffee they need to get for this week. I made some very, very good, coffee, espresso style coffee for them, and they, especially Dave, he really liked it, so they want it back.
Chris is looking inside of Todd here for the 10th position.
Meanwhile, Sean Merriman is to the inside of that 19 of Curtis Ecker. 18 and 19 cars here. Yeah, as I figured, Chris Blasey is out. He was out of that race after that. That was
tough break, man.
And he's just right now. Trevor McGee's your only car not on the lead lap. Back here in the 19th position. Just 2 laps down there. We are 52 coming off of turn 2 here, so 52 and a half laps. We're closing in already on that halfway point, but more importantly, I still have to imagine that a fuel run's still going to take us, 50, possibly 60 laps. There's no way they're going to make it to the end of this race, so we're going to have, oh man, that 35 was loose,
driving the wheels off of it, that's for sure.
We're going to have some green flag stops quite possibly here, because these guys get strung out like this. It's typical Racers Elite fashion.
Yep, those green flag pit stops.
Did you practice them? Did you practice them before the race?
I make it a well-known fact to practice pit stops. I didn't to begin with. I'm like, whoa, this is going to be a major deal. I'm going to have to work on this next.
It doesn't mean that I'm going to get it right. It just means that I attended the practice.
I've got many speeding penalties.
Don't know where many races.
Brisket looks like he got close to that wall.
You see Chris Pendle. So he came out with Andrew Teft, and I don't know if maybe just this flat track is now what Andrew Teft is. It is wheels, well. Is he trying to save some fuel? Maybe make it to the end of the race.
He might be, because Andrew's pretty good at these flat tracks. I know he ran away with it at RP in the trucks last season, and so maybe he's working on the fuel strategy side of it, even though he's involved in that earlier wreck. But
he's getting some damage repair, 44 seconds of it. So maybe he's got some damage still, and he just needs to use the fast repair. Chris Pendle had come off pit lane behind him, and he's already up to 8th. Now looking under Tyler Smith for 7th.
Yep. So Chris is pushing it. There's no doubt about that.
I wonder if he used. I have to imagine he probably used his fast repair.
Yeah.
18-second stop in. It wasn't a ton of damage that he got. It was just.
He might not have. He didn't really hit anything, so maybe he just had a little bit of damage.
Yeah, because the front end was pushed in a little bit, so as long as there wasn't any, overheating problems, which, my goodness, last week we saw those problems.
Yeah, we had a lot of blown engines at Bristol, which you don't hear of, so. And now all these drivers want to forget Bristol. Nice. Gotta regroup and settle in again.
We got ourselves a three-way battle for the third position. Chris Melton, Sean Dunaway, and Sean Merriman. To Chris's, to Sean's.
Usually it used to be Brandon's, now it's Sean's and Chris's.
What else we got here? No extra Michaels, I guess.
No. Tyler and a Todd.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you gotta love it.
They're right next to each other on track as well. And a Richard and a Rob. There we go. We're getting there. All right. Keeping ourselves entertained, but entertaining on track really is the 0-1. Just looking out to the inside of Chris Melton, who's made his way up the track and up the field. But and again, Sean Dunaway, for where he's sitting in points, outside looking in, and he's just one of the faster guys, and who's definitely deserving to be in the playoffs. Just he's got to be able to put those finishes together. He's got the speed for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was close. He pushed up the track a little bit there. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's got the speed for it. Nice. Not running as low now on the. They're still battling for position here.
Meanwhile, Michael Bennett has started to cut away into that leader's, Jacob Plank's lead ever so slightly here. 1.5 tenths quicker that last time around. 1.5 seconds behind right now, so we'll come back to this, but keep an eye out. That we might have a battle for the lead here soon.
Yep. That's right. There's Richard Odie looking inside of Kirby for the 14th position.
Yep, and then J.C. Fox just had made that pass right there on Lee Campbell. Rob Yoss has got Rowan Lloyd to his outside. Pass is going on everywhere here for a track that you can't pass.
No, Andrew's almost broken into the top 10 here, so.
Maybe just saving those tires long run.
That could be correct, so.
I mean, so it is so hard to pass, so why not just save your tires as hard as you can and then just pass them when they can't do anything about it?
Oh, absolutely. Let the other guys use up their stuff, and you just pass them about 10, 15 laps later.
Man, did you see that 16 car coming down into one?
Wow.
He was sideways.
He's under a second now. He's coming. Almost 2 tenths quicker than the leader.
Go back on board.
Still about 10 o'clock on those wheels, so. You may have been better at saving tires than our leader, Jacob Plank.
And now he's going into this race. He was 15 points behind your leader in, the points leader, which is Chris Melton, the guy behind him. So, if you're gonna make up some points, we better start moving up there quick.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, get a win and get finish ahead of the guy leading the points. So,
well, that solves everything too, doesn't it?
Yep, it does. Winning solves any issues you have as a racer.
That's probably why I have so many issues.
Yeah, I have a ton of them.
Chris Melton, of course, he had one, so that advanced himself into the playoffs. I apologize. Bennett has not. He's 48 points above. Still a lot of points, though, with the next 5 races where that's exactly. You go out there and get that win, and you don't have to worry about, the next couple races.
Oh, yeah, win and you're in, so that'll solve anything.
We mentioned there, next couple races is he's trying to track down your leader now ever so slightly. Next week, after New Hampshire, we head to one of my personal favorites on the eve of Halloween. We're out at Dover.
Dover, the Monster Mile. What a perfect Halloween race.
Oh, man, one of my favorites.
What a perfect one.
Oh, Rowan's out on the infield there on the backstretch. He had a toe.
Oh.
Probably lost it off of the turn.
Has he disappeared?
Yeah, he actually has disappeared. Let's see here.
If we had some technical issues maybe or something.
This is going to cut us to just a lap before to see if they give us any answers. It's coming off of 2.
Oh, Andrew goes high as well. Saw on that wheel.
He just
Technical issues, wow.
has him coming off track, then back on track, and off track, and
Must have had some internet issues.
man, it was a surprise really he was able to get off of the track and towed before bringing out a caution.
Yeah, so kudos to him.
Oh,
As we're getting ready to, as you said earlier, we're going to have a race for the lead, so.
And Tyler Smith and Rob Yoss have now made their a pit stop here, which I had to imagine just probably put some good to the end of the race.
Be their last pit stop, as long as we don't have a caution. So, some strategy being played at the moment.
As much as I like stretching things out, give me the 4 fresh field goals and let me just drive my boy back in.
Yeah, absolutely, especially at this track.
Andrew Teff now down pit lane.
Yep, Andrew's coming to pit. So it looks like the pit stops are starting. It just makes you want, Michael
man.
Bennett to the bumper of Jacob Plank, and he is there.
Forced him to make a mistake.
Yep. Oh, Jacob's loose. Look at that.
Listen to the throttle just.
Yeah.
We're approaching 50 to go when they cross the line here as they're coming off of through 3 and 4.
And Jacob last pit on lap 16.
5-lap tire difference. Probably mostly. Yeah, but Michael's got a lot more mid-corner speed. Here he is.
Yeah,
inside.
Like we said earlier, he's got that center off speed. Head down to turn 3.
Guys, they're 6 seconds ahead of third. And Sean Dunaway.
I just now noticed that.
Oh my gosh. As
Wow.
Jacob Plank said, all right, fine, you're going to pass me. I'm coming down pit lane.
And that makes you wonder how long Michael Bennett will stay out.
Sean Merriman had made his way down on that previous lap.
Yep, Truth Hoke was down as well, so.
Lee Campbell gonna come down as well with Jesse Fox. Let's see here.
Yep,
There
he's coming in as well.
We got a lap lead. Come down pit lanes.
Sean Dunaway here.
The Chris's have found their way next to each other again.
It never fails.
94's got some pretty significant right front damage.
It's caved in a little bit.
All right for now. Well, you know, as much as he can with these old tires.
Yeah.
Granted, he does have the fresher tire to this group because he pit on the previous caution of the course, lap 36, where he was involved. So he's got some pretty somewhat fresh tires. I mean, not fresh
But
tires.
surely that damage will be hurting him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oof, there it is. Andrew Teff, Lee Campbell, fastest laps for them of their evenings as well.
Yep. Boss man starting to run a little bit better. I think he was just messing with us.
Yeah, that's all it was. We're now actually approaching about 40 laps here on this run. So those guys that, you know, did come in here, it is Kirby Wainscott now.
Yep. Kirby's had enough. He wants some fresh feel goods.
And it looks like
Looky
Michael
here.
Bennett was able to just stay in front of Jacob Plank.
Now, if you're Jacob Plank, how hard do you make Michael Bennett abuse his tires to stay in front of you?
You make him abuse them as hard as you can. Stay on his bumper. Force him into a mistake.
Ooh.
Michael has not won a race this season. Force him into a mistake if you can.
He is there.
And plus, Michael's running for points. Jacob isn't.
Yep. I think Jacob's got the short run speed, and Michael's got the long run speed.
Yep, you are correct. So that's, of course, why Michael's going to want to just try to stay in front of Jacob here, because
eventually this will be the battle for the lead as well.
It will be. I mean, and it'll be about the same distance they have. Actually, it'll be more laps on their tires, and so it'll be even a bigger struggle at the end of that run. So right now we've got your top four have decided not to pit just yet, to see what they can do maybe.
Wow, Michael Bennett just ran his best lap. So did Sean Merriman at a 39.2. Wow.
Yeah, everybody across the board, people were just putting down fast laps.
Yeah, that's all you see on the board, ain't it? The scoring.
Lit up like an actual Christmas tree green and red here. Has your leader Chris Melton. Oh, Pendle into the wall a little bit there off of 4. Those two drivers, still trying to extend this. I don't necessarily know what the plan is. I mean, obviously you're losing a ton of time now. Do you gain it back on the? I think you can gain a lot of that back because they'll be on 50 lap tires. It'll be really bad for them at that point.
Yeah, you don't want to give too much on the front end because, like I said, we've only coming up to almost just 40 laps to go, and as soon as you say it, here he comes into the pit. So,
Pendle stay out, get his lap led boys.
Yep.
Sean Dunaway's gonna go ahead and unlap himself.
Do it the old-fashioned way. Sean's had a fast car all evening, so.
Edgar and Odie as your 3 drivers still hoping for a caution.
Well, that would be huge because right now there's only 8 cars on the lead lap. Or 9 cars since Sean just made a pass, so that would be huge if a caution.
Here comes.
But here comes 2 more.
2 more, Alex and Todd.
Todd's pushing Chris down the front stretch.
40 laps to go. Even if he could save fuel, I mean, Michael Bennett's only 20 seconds behind, so he would easily catch up at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Over a second quicker than him right now. I think Chris is coming in. He's running the low line here. He hasn't been doing that. There it is. Yep.
There you go.
Be safe. Looks to be 45 miles per hour.
Yep. Looks like he came in there a little hot. So
he was. That's quite the risk. Curtis Ecker gonna go out there and lead his first laps of the evening. With Rob Yoss gonna go ahead and go to his inside, get his lap back now, putting 13 cars back on the lead lap. As Chris Pendo, I have to see how he falls from here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many positions he can gain on the back end of this run coming up. He'll have almost 10 laps fresher tires than everybody else. Which looks like he's fell back to the 11th position.
So let's see, lap. We'll have to see. We're focusing in here on Curtis Ecker and Richard Odie, as we mentioned. Those two drivers
Staying out.
stayed out. And they're not having great evenings, especially for Odie. And Ecker has shown. I say that especially for Odie because he's just not really had speed. Curtis has at least showed some type of flashing top 10 speed. For Odie, not so much. So that's where, hey, you gotta do something different, because if not,
Hey,
well,
can't follow the leader all the time.
Nope. So it's
Still staying out, so
no fuel gauge in this thing, but
ooh, he shifted.
oh,
Huh. Interesting.
yeah. I mean, it's the track that you can. Like, yeah. Let's see.
But
Maybe it's later in the run. He isn't. Let's see if the leader is.
He shouldn't be either, so I mean they're a second quicker than Richard Odie at the moment. I guess Richard's the only one doing it. Huh.
And we'll assume lead here from Ecker. Get a bonus point. Yeah, may as well. You're already running back there, so go ahead and get that bonus point.
Yeah, get you a point for the points.
Granted, if a caution came out right now, it'd be hilarious because more than half of these guys would have to come right back in.
That would be huge right now for Richard Odie.
That shift again. You heard it in the middle of the corner.
Yep. I mean, he's only 30. He's 33 points up above the cut line, so
I wonder if he's using that late downshift to help get the car rotated then.
he might be. Yeah, he might not be handling good and having to do something to have it rotate. So you're probably right on that.
Well, definitely not handling good. It's 53 laps into the run for
Yeah,
him.
you shifting ain't gonna help you much, but if it makes you feel better,
There it is. He's coming down here. He's
Yep.
coming down.
he's had enough. 54 laps.
Well, so and look at that. He had a 32-second lap that previous one. It's about what we saw these guys running at the end of theirs. What 50 laps is what they're going to be running. So
Yeah.
just a tad bit less. I mean, so.
But I just think he stayed out too long to do anything, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So I just. Well, my interest is really seeing. Knowing that these drivers are going to have just as bad tires that entire time. But, man, Jacob Plank has just been all over the back bumper of Michael Bennett.
He's been dogged him, making, like you said, make him force a mistake and pounce if he does.
In the 16, guess what? He's not making a mistake.
Yeah, some of these guys can focus ahead, some can't. And apparently Michael Bennett can keep his head focused forward in the windshield.
Now, I will say this. Odie will easily, more than likely, be able to unlap himself here. And so, that kind of, I would have honestly expected you to, I know maybe not necessarily 2 laps down, but I thought you would go more than just that.
Yeah, you know, you can go down the lap like you, excuse me, almost would think you go down 2 laps here, but good job by Richard Odie to only go 1 lap down.
Yeah, Curtis Ecker was actually had a better
Wow.
pit. He had his fastest lap the last 2 times, but also got through pit lane better. Oh, Jacob in the wall a little bit.
In the wall.
I know Odie wants to be respectful, but with 30 to go, you got the fresher tires. You're the first car lap down. I would kind of push it here and get my lap back.
I would do it the old-fashioned way.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got to go push and get your lap back, because if you wait on that caution, you still got to restart. Well, I guess you'll restart behind Trevor McGee,
Yeah,
so that's really only one more car. So I guess maybe it's not too much of a difference.
Yeah, you'll be the last car on the longest line, so you got to pounce now. Where's Richard Odie?
Or okay, Chris Lloyd, yeah, he's out of the race now. Definitely with whatever problems.
I mean, he's slower than the 2 guys in front of him, but again, I don't think he wants to get in the battle either and mess something up if he makes a mistake or something. So.
We'll crucify him in our chat. So.
Yeah, we'll get him. I mean, he's the only car a lap down, so if caution does come out, he'd get the lucky dog.
I'm sure Trevor McGee's sitting there saying, just go, get it back. That way I can get the lucky dog, and I can only be 1 down after that. And poor McGee, we had 3 cautions those cautions kind of early on. Not too much more from there, where he's not been able to have a chance to get his laps back.
Yep, we had almost 4 laps with each other, then all of a sudden nothing after that lap 33 caution. Oh, thought Richard's going outside there, but thought better of it. Just following Michael Bennett in his tire tracks. Jacob Plant gets in there good, but Michael just gets the better run center off.
You got to wonder as well that these drivers probably feel a little bit of pressure from Odie. Not that he's meant to add pressure, but having an extra car behind you still kind of throws you off your game a little bit. And
it's a mental thing.
He goes as far high as he can. He's like, okay, yeah. He's trying to be respectful and get around them, but you got to be careful as well. Oh man, Jacob. And Odie in that 78 though, he's every bit in his right though to go out there and do so.
Get his lap back, absolutely. He's not doing nothing wrong.
If I was his leaders, I would have said, hey, let's just back off both of us and let him go. Let's mutually agree to back off to let him by.
You're correct.
Because and as much as he's allowed to, of course, if he makes a mistake, then it's on him, and that's what makes it look bad, But that's why as well.
Jacob,
as oh no!
Jacob spun him.
The 16, I don't know if he got loose and came up on him. I don't know. Wow.
Wow.
Man, Odie took his lap back at the perfect time, because he would have just driven right into the back of both of the leaders there, and that would have been much worse.
Come off the corner.
And he was chasing it. You see him chasing it here, actually.
It gets a little loose off the corner.
Let's try to get a different view. Let's see a good view. Here we go.
He's got a little loose.
Yeah, and 35 doesn't,
No.
Why can't I find a 35 now? I'm blind. There we go. And 35 is loose too, actually. Look at him. He's sideways himself. So, really, it's just both of them being sideways.
He got loose, came down on him, and the 16 came up. Man,
So if you're Odie, who just pit lap 87 10 laps ago, do you take right side? I mean, maybe you take right sides, or you don't pit at all.
It don't look like he's pitting at all.
Oh my gosh, there it is. He's not gonna pit it. 10 laps isn't bad. I mean, and he didn't necessarily push it hard in those laps because he was just sitting behind. He only pushed it that 1 lap there, but because he was behind the leaders. I was thinking right sides. Hey, why not stay out?
He's like, screw it, I'll just stay out.
Well, you know what? Probably he's probably so far back from the pack though that he would have needed. It would have made a difference taking right sides.
Yep. Well, Trevor McGee gets one of his laps back at least. So that puts him one lap down.
Yeah, Trevor McGee is probably definitely the biggest fan of Odie getting his lap. That's exactly what he wanted. Go get the lap back and let the caution come out immediately.
He did, didn't he?
That's one thing that 78 needs to do, hopefully, is while sitting behind those two drivers, hopefully picked up a thing or two.
Yeah, he might have learned something off of that, so it might be why he's following as well. So we'll see when we go back to racing in a second.
I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying it would have been a good idea. Because I'll be honest, it's a great idea until afterwards.
Yeah. Let's see, Michael Bennett. Sean Merriman's had good speed. He's up there in the third position right now, so.
We've got about.
16's got.
Sorry, we'll say we got about 30, just over 30 laps. Probably about 30 laps to go once we go green.
Nah, we're on giving a lap 100. We'll have 20 laps.
20? Oh my God! I see. Don't let me do math. You see?
Dang it! I'm doing math now. I got busted.
I apologize, everybody. The husky in him still likes to have an attempt to speak sometimes.
I know. I'm good thing my blue healer's in yonder, so.
I thought he was, but
So this is anybody's race, and although Michael Bennett, he pitted, but he's got a little damage in the front of his car.
yeah. Did he take his faster there, or did he just say screw it?
No, he did. I think he just said screw it.
Looks like he did. What about
Jacob, where's he at?
He's coming off pit lane actually just there. So
I don't.
did he get like the black flag for that, or?
He might have just got damage fixed the old-fashioned way. Because he's in there for 22 seconds, so. So we're going to have about a 19-lap shootout here.
You know what? I'm gonna say right on board this way. Let's see what it looks like on 10-lap older tires for Odie here coming through.
I was reading the YouTube chat right there. Dean's like, that Florida mass really paying off.
Oh, thank you, Dean. 20 laps to go. I hope that recruitment race went good for you. Good restart here for Odie though.
Yep. Michael Bennett. Sean Merriman trying to look inside of Michael Bennett here. Ooh, Christopher Pendle gets a little loose coming off the corner.
Yep. Can Odie hold on? Yeah, Sean to the inside.
Oh. Sean might sneak up and look inside of Odie coming off turn 4 here down the front stretch.
He's got to get past Michael Bennett first. As Odie's loving what he sees behind him. Keep battling as he's going to try to hold on to this lead. But here comes that number 18, Sean Merriman, to his inside.
He's been wrapping that yellow line all evening. But don't look now. Back here in the 5th position is the president, Mr. Andrew Taft, back here and looking to get involved in this as well.
Here comes that 18 to the inside of the 78. Here comes the 94. He's looking to make it 3 wide as they come off of turn 4. He's going to back it off first light moment.
It's Sean Merriman to the point here as we go to 18 to go.
And Odie put on his fastest lap of the race there.
Wow, these guys are racing hard now.
Yep, 18 to go here as you mentioned. It's going to be a right now battle between the 18, the 94, the 16, and as you mentioned, the 98. But he's going to have to make his way up still past Odie and this 16 right now. And here comes Chris Pendle almost to the outside of that number 18. Fastest lap there in the race for Merriman.
30.82, wow.
Just shows what that fresh, clean air can do. The 94 going to be loose there off of turn 2. Great save, and the 16 backed off significantly, thinking that was coming back in front of him.
Yep, he did. So it might give Andrew a little there for opportunity.
I gave Sean Merriman a little bit of breathing room. We'll see what kind of lap he gets down this time around. It'll be a 77.
fastest lap he's ran so far. So Sean's putting down the fastest laps of the evening right now for him.
And Odie again, another fastest lap is, for him.
Yep.
Is he's just trying to hang on right now as well on the outside with these 10 lap order tires.
Top 6 right now. So keep fighting on, my friend.
He's holding on as well as he can back there. Just again, not a fast car tonight, but definitely again an opportunity to get a couple extra points, or a point for that lucky dog, or sorry, leading a lap. And here they are 3 wide again.
Sean Dunaway coming up through areas. Andrew's gonna go on the outside.
Yeah, Andrew and Michael Bennett. Oh, he's gonna get to him as Chris Melton now big run to the inside along with Jacob Palank as they get to the inside of Todd Slauson.
We got too much going on for one screen right now.
Trying to figure this out here.
Again, Sean put down his fastest lap of the race again.
And he was about 8/100ths quicker than Chris Pendle there.
Wow.
Now, Chris Melton, a little bit of contact there. Nice between him and Todd Slauson, 2 race-winning drivers this year. You're 2 race-winning drivers really this year. Actually, all 3 of your winners this year, right there. 7th, 8th, and 9th. So you know what that means? You got a top 6 drivers who haven't won this year. Chris in the wall, hard into the Geico, and just about every behind him too. Alex Teft, Andrew Teft. And with about a 20 laps to the end, it's not like you can go drive the wheels off this thing either. You gotta save some tires still, at least to make it to the end.
You can't push it too hard, but you gotta push it hard enough you don't get past. So, man, these guys are saving the best for last, that's for sure.
Oh, the 49, Chris Melton. Nice save.
Good save.
Just goes to show how hard it is. I mean, Chris Melton was the guy who's been running up front. Jacob Plank was running up front, leading laps, and it's like they're just mired back here because it's just you can't get past some of these other drivers. Todd Slauson's fast too. He's back-to-back wins this season.
Yep, dirty air, getting traffic. It just makes your car drive different.
Okay, this much Andrew Teft, he's actually closing in on these 2 drivers in front of him. Oh, he's a little bit loose there.
Yeah, Andrew is a little bit faster than both of these guys, but Chris is a little bit quicker than our race leader Sean Merriman at the moment.
Ooh, sideways there.
He's driving it hard right now and on that lead.
Dean, what time does that race start? I might actually join in. Talladega, that's why. The 18 and man, these guys are both just struggling right now.
Chris is sliding that car like it's a dirt car everywhere right now at the moment. Sean gets a good run off the corner. Looks like Chris gets in the corner better, but Sean gets off the corner better.
That just means one thing, that 94 is probably overdriving that right front right now.
Yeah.
And we've seen how these drivers have been tight going into the corners, 90 degrees sometimes to the left, so I don't think that's what you're going to really want over the next 9 laps.
No. It was like you said, you're going to have to save some tire here. Because Andrew was quicker than both of them gentlemen. He's now 0.8 of a second back. See
Teft just closing in ever so slightly, but it's really just going to come down to who can make the best time around each other. Trying to make the most efficient passes. Because no, we've got a caution.
What happened?
Let's shake everything up. I've got something here. Kirby Wainscott, Chris Melton.
Huh. Lee Campbell down there. Oh,
the 49 and Chris Melton.
Jesse Fox looked like he got into him.
So let's see here. Okay, there it is.
19.
He's sliding.
Yep, he drove it in. Just pushes up.
That's all it takes.
Put together like glue.
Oh, nowhere for Jet. Jason's just got the worst of luck coming through the field sometimes.
Yes, he sure does. Then Kirby just stopped. Now, pit for tires.
Are you doing it or not?
Oh, Sean did. Nobody else did.
Oh man! If you're danged if you do, danged if you don't. When you're the leader there.
Yep,
Oh
that's
my
one thing
goodness!
That stinks about being the leader. I mean, he had to. Whatever he did, they wasn't going to do it. They're doing the opposite.
That hurt. Oh, okay. We gotta go back and check this out because just look at how and it's all just split-second decisions for everybody here. Thinking about it, he's coming. I don't think Chris ever intended him coming in pit lane.
No,
it wasn't.
Andrew and Chris, they and Michael Bent for that. We're not coming in.
Yeah, they're like, let's do so. I think what I saw is Michael. I think Michael Bennett saw Sean Dunaway cut right behind him and said, you know what? I want to go ahead and stay out with him and Todd.
Man, Sean waited so long too. I mean, like I said, if he'd have stayed out, they'd have pitted. So. Ah, man, that just sometimes it sucks to be the leader.
But now you've got about, say, give or take, maybe 10 lap fresher tires.
But you're gonna probably have 3 laps. Where's Sean? Sean's back in the 10th position at the moment.
Well, 5 to go here. I assume we'll probably get the one of green this time by. So, yeah, it was right with 3 to go. Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Just leading them up 18 positions. So, got Andrew Teft out there.
Now, I haven't really talked much about Andrew, at least not in the front of the pack, so definitely a nice recovery here towards the end. You mentioned pretty good short track, or that flat track racer.
He's one of the best in Racers Elite at these flat tracks, that's for sure. As Chris picks the inside lane.
Is that what you would have? I think I would have chosen the outside.
You get so much good run on the outside. I probably would have well, but see how it goes. 16 still got that nose damage, so his car's probably not driving like it was earlier in the race.
Never mind. There's 36 cars in that recruitment race. I'm not racing. Alrighty. Let's see if we've got this. 3 to go. We've got 2 green-white checkers in our back pocket if we've got to use it. Barney the Flagman going to drop the green flag as they get to the Geico restart zone.
Oh, wow.
Chris Pendle with a great restart there over Alex Taft.
Jump. Wow. Good jump by Chris.
Chris is ready for his first win here in the Racers Elite.
Yep.
Oh, he drove it in a little hard there, though, but so were the drivers behind him.
As well.
Do we make it through? We're 3 wide. Oh, look at that.
Oh, they kept it. Chris is loving seeing this battle behind him. Oh.
Yeah, let them stay side by side, but don't let them be 4 wide as they come.
Stay off the wall. Hold it.
Look at this run off 4. Beautiful. Now Andrew Teft cleared for second. As they are getting beating and banging behind. They are side by
3 wide.
3, 4. They're just wherever they can go.
Yep, there's Sean Berryman on them fresh tires running in the 7th position, so he's up 3 spots from the restart.
Up there, can they make it through 3 and 4? That's all Chris Pendle wants to see. Oh no, Jacob Plank sideways.
Plank gets loose.
We've got a white flag official. I cannot believe they didn't wreck. They were 5 wide almost through there.
Oh, 3 wide in turn 1.
Oh,
Sean on the apron. Is it going to stick? Oh, he made it stick. Oh, they're wrecking behind him.
they're wrecking behind him. They're
We're still
3-4
green.
wide. Andrew Teff is not going to have enough. We're going to go back over here to your leader. He comes off of turn 4. Give him his first victory here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Chris Pendle, buddy, welcome to Victory Lane. And Andrew Teff, a great recovery. And a nice finish there in second place. Sean Merriman finished third?
Yeah, up to 10th.
Oh my God. We're going to go back to this third, 3 and 4 because what? Oh my gosh. We started in 10th.
10th on the restart.
And he just drove right under them at all.
Look at that. Used the apron, made it stick. Look, through, man, still didn't wreck. Wow, what a finish.
That was a great finish right there.
Burn it down, Chris.
Burn it down, wreck it, whatever you got to do. And Chris will tell you he's got the worst of things that happen to him, whether it's his own doing or not. Sometimes,
Well, he can celebrate today.
And guess what? Punches his ticket into the playoffs.
Yep. Now you can just go get some trophies.
That's all you want here. And Andrew's got to be wondering, like, man, I'm going to win one of my races again this year.
So close, so many times.
I mean, we're closing on almost a 2-season drought for Andrew Teff in the Xfinity Series. But all right, let's go ahead and
Get your winner in.
Well, we figure you're not going to stop burning it down. So, Chris Pendle, Angel, and Troy here at the SRM broadcast booth. You got us, buddy.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Well, welcome to Victory Lane. You finally get the monkey off your back here for Racers Elite, man. How you feeling here?
Oh, this feels awesome. I honestly didn't think I had the car to win tonight. I was kind of baffled seeing the leader pit there, and I'm like, oh, I might have a shot here. And I got a heck of a restart there, man, and I just knew if I could clear Andrew, then I might have been all right there. Man, I figured I maybe had a top 5 car at best because I was struggling on the short run, and it took my car a little bit to get going. But once I got going, I was able to pass cars and get up there. But I finally got this thing off. I told you a couple of weeks ago I was going to get me one, didn't I?
Yeah, yes, you did. You said you were getting there. I mean, and you say this, but you actually had the second fastest lap of the evening too, Chris. So
Did I really?
Yeah. So,
Hey, I actually like New Hampshire. A lot of people don't like it, but I really do. I just love running this place. It just takes patience and finesse to run here, and you just got to be calm with the car and just calm with everybody else, and just take advantage of when mistakes happen and when you get speed. This has been a really good track for me over the years, and never won here. I've come close, but I finally got I finally got me one. Playoff time too. Yeah.
that's exactly what we're talking about.
Boy.
And that's what you love, of course, the excitement you get from this, Chris. And we were talking about it before. You have the luck, good or bad, whether or not it's of your own doing. This time you're able to hold on. But talk to us, Chris, because clearly these cars were a struggle to drive tonight.
They are. They're just so much power when the rear tires get old and they're just coming off the corner. They're really loose. Just so much power. Trying to put the power down, and the car's getting loose, and put too much brake into it. You're sliding all over the place. Just they're heavy too. I mean, it really is a struggle to drive them. It takes a lot of finesse to run these things. That's why I love them. They're so fun to drive, compared to like the trucks and ARCA cars and even the next gen sometimes. But I'm hell, I don't know if I'm allowed cussing on broadcast, but I am so pumped up, man. You can ask Odie when you talk to him later, but I was pumped up in chat. I was sitting there thinking with 3 laps to go, no caution, no caution, no caution. We got 1 to go, and I told Odie, I said, Odie, I don't care if there's a caution now. So I just tried not to overdrive the car, and I brought her home, man. I'm just pumped. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Things worked in your favor, Chris, because they were driving like that. They wanted the caution back there. When you go back and watch this broadcast, you're going to see they were 5 wide at one point, and they did not wreck. So
that's what I heard. I was lost listening to the driver's broadcast and driver's chat, and they was talking about, a good win. That was 4 wide, 5 wide. That was fun. And you can run it here as long as you're patient and as long as you don't overdrive the cars in the corners, you can run 4 wide here. It's tough, but you can do it.
Hey, and before we get let you go there and get you your celebration, I know you said you were stunned leader pitting. We were too, but did you see where Sean Merriman finished?
No, we're third.
He finished, yes.
He started 10th. He started 10th on the restart.
Started 10th on the
Came all the way to
restart.
third.
Well, I'm having a feeling he's kicking himself because right before that caution came out, he was matching lap times with me, and I was trying the different lines, and I couldn't get around him, and he was getting better drive off the corners than me. I was entering better, but he was driving off better, and I was just I just couldn't get near him. And then that caution came out, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll get to his whichever lane he takes. Maybe I can get to him side by side in the corner. I might have a shot. And then he's pitted. I'm like, oh man.
I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you have pitted if he'd have stayed out?
No, I was out of tires. I couldn't.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there you go.
I was out of tires. There was no way. And I told Odie and Chad, I'm like, man, I hope enough people stays out because if there's only 2 or 3 of us stays out, I'm in deep shit. and I think I seen like 9th or 10th took tires, and I'm like, oh, maybe 3 laps to go, I might have a shot here. So yeah.
If we had 2 more laps, Sean probably would have passed you, but he didn't, and you're the winner of the week.
Yeah, I wouldn't lie to him. I wouldn't have wrecked him, and I wouldn't have raced him dirty, but I would have blocked like hell.
I know you would have, buddy.
I came so close last year and this year. I missed the playoffs last year, so this is freaking exciting, man. I'm so happy.
Well, you are locked in, my friend.
Well, let's thank your friends, family, sponsors here, Chris. Then go celebrate this victory. You got a whole week to celebrate before we go to Dover next week.
That's another good track for me too.
I know.
That. Well, I can't get back in the race and do more burnouts, so I guess let's see. I'll just everybody in the league. Thank you, Andrew. He raced me clean there too. He didn't try to drive into the corner and wreck me. So appreciate that. Appreciate all the guys that race with us. This has been an awesome league every week. Appreciate the viewers. Appreciate you guys broadcasting. Thanks to my wife. She lets me do this, obviously, and doesn't complain too much about it. Just thanks to Deep Racing. Thanks to all the guys that I talk to every week. And no matter how much we give each other shit, Angel, we still love each other. You know that.
Always.
Yeah, and thanks to Odie because on that last restart, the second to last restart there, he did not force it, and he was on old tires, and he did a good job of getting out of the way. So thanks, buddy. Wish you could have had a better night, but thanks everybody. I'm awesome. This is awesome. I want to go sober. I might go drink me an ice cold beer. I don't know.
There you go. Hey, you know what? He finished 12th. He actually didn't have a bad night either. So nice
no.
recovery. So all right, congratulations, buddy. We'll see you. See you next week at Dover.
See you, man.
That's an exciting. You don't get that much excitement.
Hear the excitement in his voice. I love it.
I know somebody who would love. Maybe finishing second doesn't feel that way, but Andrew, as a league owner, I bring him in here. When you go back and listen, you'll absolutely love to hear that excitement that you got from your winner here, because he's excited he made the playoffs.
Yeah, that's awesome. He ran a really good race. I think he was in the back for a bit and worked his way back up through. Had a lot of excitement.
It was an exciting race. It really was. We really got to, of course, a great view on our side. Andrew, walk us through the end this really of this race, because a lot of things happened, of course, at the start, but really, of course, it was the end that made all the changes. Did you have any anticipation of pitting? Because it looked like Chris said he had no tires, he wasn't going to pit anyway. So what was your idea there at the end?
I did have a set. I did save a set earlier when I was broken and repairing, and it just I had pit a couple weeks ago at a different track with just a few to go, and it cost me like 10 spots, and I had that memory in my head and didn't want to do it. But I saw Sean go in. Like I thought a couple guys might be close on fuel too because of the green white checkers. So, but yeah, I just was able to clear Michael there at the end and kind of maintain some space and stay safe and bring it home second.
That was a great way doing so. It's a nice turnaround for you as well. I mean, you've had some good runs this year. I mean, you had your your 4th top 5 of the season now in 5 races, but it's after last season. I know that this is just a great turnaround, and I know you're just still looking though to punch yourself back into victory lane.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how this one was going to turn out. I was a little ways back at an earlier point, and then wasn't sure if I wanted to use my fast repair or not because we had some accidents and kind of drove around broken for a little while. But under that green flag stop, I used it and started to make some ground back up, and yeah, just kind of unfolded for me there at the end with the way the cautions lined up, and took a gamble on short pitting at one point because my race was so kind of messed up at that point. I figured just do something weird and um, pitted right at the start of that window, and that helped me pass some people.
I definitely say that works out for you. Troy, do we have anything for our league owner here before we let him go celebrate, and of course thank any friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, man, I just want to thank you for putting on a great league, bud. iRacing, it's awesome. One of the best leagues I've seen out here on iRacing. You do a lot for it. I just want to thank you personally for it. So thank you so much for the shows you put on week in and week out.
Yeah, it's just this one for me too. I appreciate it. We actually got another series coming up this Saturday, brand new wheel and modified series. We're going to be running Saturdays at noon o'clock. You can find the schedule, Discord invites, and all that at racerselite.com. Just get in touch with me on Discord, and we'll get you all set up. But yeah, I really appreciate that. Can't do it without everybody here. Everybody that shows up to race and tunes in to watch. And I want to thank my teammates and my family and the servicemen and women and you guys in the booth for putting on the show, keeping it exciting.
We appreciate it always, Andrew. Wish you have a nice week. We'll see you next week at Dover.
Yeah, I gotta give Kensley a shout out too. He's been doing some paints for me. So yeah, Kensley Smith, if you need any paints done, schemes, get in touch with him. He'll hook you up. He's on our Discord.
I do need a couple Xfinity ones, so I'll have to get with him myself. So, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Man, always a joy. No, I really actually do. So, all right, let's go ahead and get Sean Merriman in here. Troy, take us away.
Sean Merriman, this is Troy and Angel Booth, bud. You got us?
Yes, sir. What's going on, stranger?
Yeah, I know, man. Long time no talk to you, bud. Man,
Yeah.
you sure made it interesting there at the end.
Yeah.
Tell us
just
what's
getting-
going through your mind there after when you decided to pit.
Yeah, I expected more people to pit, and I figured if I stayed out, there's gonna be 2 or 3 of us that stay out, and we're just gonna get eaten alive. So I figured best chance was to have fresh tires, and I think if 2 or 3 more people would have pitted, I could restart at about 6th or so. I think I'd been all right, but 10th was just a little too far back to restart. And then those last 3 laps or whatever was just wild. How we all didn't clean each other out. I mean, that was awesome racing, but
Man, you was 4 wide. You was almost 5 wide. You was 3 wide. You're driving on the apron, hoping that it sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, you
yeah.
guys made it interesting. That's for sure,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, and I'm horrible at flat tracks, so how I ran even decent here tonight is beyond me. So a little upset about how I lost it. I haven't looked back to see what caused the caution, but I'll take 3rd on flat track every night in the week.
Yeah, absolutely. You started 10th. You moved up to 3rd. I mean, it's pretty top 3 any day. Anytime you're racing a racer elite's pretty good evening for you. That's for sure.
That's true. I mean, I'm totally new to the Xfinity car. I mean, I bought this right before the season started. The only races I've run are what we've run, so no experience in whatsoever. Maybe it's my driving style better than the truck or anything else I've driven. But we got a pretty stacked field in the Xfinity League here. I mean, there's about 10 people that probably win every night in the week.
Oh
So,
yeah, absolutely. We've been missing
good.
you in the trucks too. So
Yeah, I can't run every night in the week, not with a 4-month-old around. So, but I figured I'd give the Xfinity cars a try, and I'm having a blast. It's probably the most fun car on the service.
oh
And
yeah, they are a
me.
blast.
But it was a lot of fun tonight. I'll take 3rd. Congrats to Andrew and Chris on their 1st and 2nd. I think a couple more laps I had a chance, but
I think if you had 2
That's
more
what
laps, you'd have had him.
yeah, Andrew for sure. I'd have been to Chris's bumper, and I wouldn't use him up. That's not how I am, but it'd have been nice to see how that would have played out.
Well, bud, before we let you go, anybody want to thank friends, family?
Wife for letting me do this. I heard a crying baby while I was racing, but I was leading at the time, so kind of hope she managed to deal with that. My dad just had neck surgery yesterday, so he was probably sitting at home, something to do, watching the race. And I told him before, I was like, I'm terrible at flat tracks, so don't expect much. So hopefully he didn't hurt himself cheering me on. But him and my mom, I don't know who sent it to my brother and sister. I don't know if they're watching. They're adults, got better things to do, but love them. Love my nieces. You guys for awesome broadcast. Andrew and Racers Elite, awesome league. A lot of fun. Everybody, I mean, real clean, fun race today. Give a hand to everybody in the field for not making a joke that, you know, sometimes we have those, but it was a real fun, clean race tonight.
Yeah, man. Good. Congratulations on your top 3 finish, and good luck at Dover next week.
That's unfortunately, I'm probably gonna miss that. We got softball finishing up the next couple Wednesdays, but rain's out, I'll be here. But I'm disappointed to miss Dover because that's a good track for me, at least in the truck. But well, I'll be back when we're done.
Well, congratulations, man. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, guys. You too.
Oh, well, that was our 3rd place finisher. Definitely could have been our winner here tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And Sean Merriman. But nonetheless, it would be your number 94, a Ford Mustang, and Chris Pendle winning his first race, excuse me, of his Racers Elite career. I'm really happy that I got him to come.
I can still hear his excitement, man. That was awesome.
And that's what I just love that, you know, just as his friend, and you know, absolutely, of course, but then, you know, just as a broadcaster, you don't always have that just massive excitement, and he doesn't contain it, you know, and then that's what I love about, you know, someone like that he really genuinely enjoys, and he cares about what he does and takes it seriously to the point where, like, hey, you know, I want to do a good job with this, and I want, you know, I respect what the league does, and I'm gonna enjoy when I really can't get it, because he's been close a couple times, you know, since last season when he joined.
Yeah, but nothing beats that first win. I mean, there's no better feeling than getting that first win.
Especially,
and you know, just in his voice, you could tell he really treasured that moment.
And especially when it's at a track that he's never won at before, you know, so it's like, he really enjoyed it. Anyways, Andrew Teft, thank you again, of course, for putting it on. Don't give you know, we don't have opportunities for you know, a driver like Chris to show that excitement, you know, if it wasn't for all the work that him and the admin team do, of course. So big shout out to Andrew. Sean Merriman there 3rd. Todd Slauson would finish in 4th with Michael Bennett in 5th. Sean Dunaway, Tyler Smith, Jacob Plank gonna be 6th, 7th, and 8th. Chris Melton and Rob Yall's going to round out your top 10. Let's see here. Curtis Ecker, Richard Odie, we mentioned he would still finish in 12th. Jesse Fox in 13th. Lee Campbell 14th. Kirby Wainscott in 15th. Trevor McGee would finish in 16th. Look at that. Trevor actually come back in the lead lap and finish in 16th. So,
how about that? Good job, Trevor.
Truth, unfortunately, they're going to fall back there in 17th, along with Alex Teft in 18th. Rowan did confirm that his internet did completely go out on him, which is what cost him his opportunity to continue over the final 57 laps of the race. And then Chris Blasey rounding out the field. First one of the beer stand. Back-to-back incidents that definitely cost him his faster pair. None of his own doing. Well, that rounds out our field, rounds out our evening here tonight. Man, that was a good race. That was New Hampshire's good, but it put on a better show even than I was anticipating.
That was a better show than I was anticipating as well. And you couldn't ask for a better inning for a broadcast aspect of it than what we had. So 4, 5, 3 wide. I mean, cars on the apron. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Oh, and the drivers even mentioned it, right? And you heard Chris saying, yeah, he's like, I couldn't believe it. I heard them, you know, come over the radio and say the same thing. Hey, everyone, big shout out, 4 or 5 ride, and we didn't wreck. You know, that's just great respect and a lot of hungry drivers who weren't going to give it up either. So.
Yeah, Chris had to work for it. That's for sure.
Next week we do visit, as mentioned, the self-cleaning track of Dover. It's Dover Speedway now, right? I think that's the new.
Is it the new name?
I don't know if it's Dover Motor Speedway anymore. I don't know. It's always something different. I don't know nowadays. So as mentioned, yep, go to Dover next week and really enjoy that. 160 laps there. Tomorrow here in the Racers Elite Next Gen Series, they head to, Homestead.
Yep, Homestead. Yep, we are at Homestead, so that should be fun.
Man, that sounds like a lot of fun. It should be a good race. Then on the following week, Truck Series heads to their first road race. Pocono doesn't count that. I know that they can say, Pocono drives like a road course, but we head to an actual road course, Sonoma. And then for us, we mentioned Dover. Then it is off next week for the next gen race series, so that they can enjoy their time with their kids. Hopefully, taking them trick or treating, or just yourself. If you want to go out with the party.
I'm just gonna stay home and eat candy.
Well, yeah, exactly. The candy's not for the kids. The candy's for me. So. Oh my goodness! Thank you again, everybody, so much for joining us as always in our YouTube chat, for watching it with us. It was a genuine blast, a pleasure here, and well, we look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Troy, you got anything to close us off with?
Nope. Be safe. Have a good weekend, and come join SRM for tomorrow for Racers Elite at Miami Homestead.
Oh man, it's gonna be a good one. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe.